הפועל
just a couple of minutes ago.
UNET Holon, קפטן הקבוצה, מספר 12, שלומי ארוש. 2, קורי וולדן.
It's Corey Walden, one of the guys I said to keep an eye on here this evening.
6, תמיר בלאט.
Just saw Tamir Blatt, maybe usual name, the Blatt surname, son of David Blatt, of course.
10, גיא פניני. 11, ג'ו אלכסנדר. 35, תישון תומאס. 41.
They only lost a few guys in the off-season, did Hapoel. They lost Darian Atkins, who's still playing in the Basketball Champions League for Strasbourg. And they also lost Roy Huber, who's joined Hapoel Jerusalem. They signed well, the likes of Tamir Blatt, Tashon Thomas, Joe Alexander, Jabril Traoré, who will provide great energy on the defensive end, Guy Panini, and also Corey Walden. So they brought in a lot of good players to replace the couple of departures.
Champions League. We welcome Mr. Patrick Kominos, CEO of FIBA Champions League.
So the referees today, Marius Chulin from Romania, Luka Kardum of Croatia, and Anastasios Manos of Greece. Some of the finest officials in the game, who we have marshalling all of these Basketball Champions League games week in, week out. Try and make the games run as smoothly as possible. So Enisey, a new addition to the league from Russia. They finished 6th last season. They also competed in the FIBA Europe Cup. So we look at their starting 5. Already mentioned Matic Rebec, who was part of that Slovenian gold-winning Eurobasket 2017 side in the summer. Anthony Hilliard is a very talented player, the number 3. He'll be looking to get on the ball as much as possible. And there is Oleg Okulov, the head coach. Twice won the Russian Super League with BC Ural before joining Enisey a couple of years ago in 2015. They were very close to signing a familiar face in the Basketball Champions League, Tekele Cotton from Ludwigsburg, but unfortunately for them, the player actually failed his medical. This is the Holon starting 5. Corey Walden, Tamir Blatt, Guy Panini, Glenn Rice as well has had a nice start. Only played 1 game, but he scored 23 points and had 5 rebounds and 3 assists, did Glenn Rice, so certainly someone to keep an eye on. So the two coaches will just have their final team talks and we can get underway. Well, Hapoel have struggled from beyond the arc so far in the Champions League. They're only averaging at 22% so far from three-point range. Enisey a little better than that at 32.8%, so just wonder how that will pan out. Enisey also out-rebounding them as well. 38 rebounds to Hapoel's 29. There is Dan Shamir, the Hapoel head coach. Started coaching when he was just 17 years of age. Took over from... took over in 2015. When he was right at the start of his coaching career, he actually went to have a look at the University of Kentucky for a year between 1999 and the year 2000 to learn from Rick Pitino, the former coach there, who went on to coach the likes of Boston Celtics in the NBA. He said it was an invaluable experience that taught him a huge amount about coaching in the game. So they have a lot to thank Rick Pitino for, Dan Shamir. But a passionate basketball nation here in Israel, there's no doubt about that. They would have been so disappointed with the start that their side have made to the Basketball Champions League this season. But perhaps today is the day that they get their campaign off and running. And they're going to have to get the better of Enisey Krasnoyarsk if they are to do so. And that man there, Oleg Ukolov. So here we go then. Game day 5 of the Basketball Champions League is off and running. And an immediate whistle. Nini. Joe Alexander. Tamir Blatt. Blatt looking to try and go himself. Needs some help. Throws up a really difficult shot. Does well to keep the ball alive. Joe Alexander and knocks in the first 2 of the game. And it's Joe Alexander. Man that was born in Taiwan was Joe Alexander. He was the first ever Taiwanese-born NBA player. Trying to rip the ball out of Rebek's arms, but just a little too zealous. There's the little jumper from Joe Alexander. Nice start for him. Vitali Lutic is going to inbound. Another whistle, this time on Tamir Blatt.
Blatt first foul.
Here's Rebek, throws it up, great pass by Rebek and an easy 2 for Octavius Ellis. But a great little dish from Mati Rebek. Sure won't be the first time I say that this evening. He's got great hands, great vision, does Rebek. In traffic, nice little spin to the net, can't get it to go, and a big rebound by Ellis. Now Anthony Hilliard. Hilliard throws it out. The 3 is on the way, nowhere near. And now in transition, the fast break down the other end. Trying to go himself. Get out of here. And he keeps it in bounds as well. Great work on the defensive end. And now Octavius Ellis looking to try and make a score down the other. And it's stolen. And it's out of bounds. I think Hapoel are going to keep this.
Krasnoyarsk, Pavlov עבירה ראשונה. Pavlov first foul.
So foul went on Pavlov. Corey Walden. Nice little bounce pass from Walden into Joe Alexander, who's spinning and turning and twisting all over the place. Can't get the 2 to go. Hilliard grabs the rebound. Thought about throwing up the 3, Lutic, and can't keep it in. They'll turn it over. Hapoel will get it back. Two turnovers already for the Russian side. Averaging 15.5 turnovers a game so far in the Basketball Champions League. They'll quite like to reduce that. Tries to throw up the alley-oop, just can't get it to go. And now in transition with Anthony Hilliard. Hilliard decides just to step up, take the 3, can't get it. Offensive rebound, the putback is no good. but he was fouled on his way up, and it'll be a first trip to the foul line.
First foul.
Disappointed not to have converted the two there, Lutic. Chance of a three-point play. Alexander checks out. One thing they have been struggling with so far in the Champions League is their bench scoring. Hapoel Holon, they are only averaging 9 points from the bench in the entire Champions League in the 4 game days so far. Compare that to Enisey Krasnoyarsk, who are averaging 27 points from the bench. So it's a big, big difference there. Really reliant on their starting 5, really, are Hapoel Holon. It's a team game. They need everyone in the squad to contribute. It's a 3 from miles downtown from Glenn Rice. Well, what a start for him. Hilliard. Now the 3, completely open 3. Can't afford to allow Vitaly Lutic that kind of space. He will just hurt you all day long. Here's Rice again. Comes into this game off the back of that 23-point game against Pinar Kashiaka, as the 3 from Walden this time is off target.
Defense.
Yeah, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals for Glenn Rice during that game with Pinar Kashiaka, which they actually lost 98-91, as the 3 is no good offensive rebound though. Passes out to the corner, Hilliard for 3. Disappointed, big rebound by Glenn Rice, who had it stripped away from him. I think he thought he was fouled. No whistle, and Lutic is the man who puts in the 2. Another miss. Here is Rebek. To the baseline, nice little pass. Octavius Ellis comes up short with the 2, grabs his own rebound right before the buzzer. Now Lutic. The rebounds already. Enisey 10 rebounds. Hapoel Holon just 1 so far. Glenn Rice though in transition. Tamir Blatt for 3. Comes up short, grabs his own rebound. Blatt into Rice again. And on the reverse, makes the 2. That's better. They've got to try and boss the glass a little bit more here to Hapoel. Nice steal from Glenn Rice this time, and a nice hustle as well to keep the ball alive, as Rebek won it back.
Glenn Rice.
Since the man over the speaker system is going to become increasingly tiresome as this game goes on. Let's look at the 3 from miles out from Glenn Rice. He's nearly by the halfway line when he actually gets up. So 4 turnovers already for the Russian side. None so far for Hapoel. Nice little spin move and a really good finish as well by Tashawn Thomas, the 24-year-old. Only signed in July of this year, did Thomas. And now the steal and a chance to add another 2, and he does. The soft touch off the hoop. And Tashawn Thomas with back-to-back buckets and a steal to give Hapoel Holon the lead. 2 steals already for Tashion Thomas.
Tamir, עבירה שנייה. 6, Holon,
That's the
black.
steal.
Second foul. חילוף הולניה, חנן קולמן, מחליף את תמיר בלאט. על ההגנה, רעש קל.
Second foul already for Tamir Blatt, just something to keep an eye on. Bremo, another completely uncontested 3, and they're hurt again as Vladimir Puchkorov is the man who knocks it down, but that's a couple from the outside now. There hasn't been a yellow shirt anywhere near when the 3 goes up, and both times they've been well and truly punished, as they should be. Here's Rice, who's had a really good start to the game so far. Rice can't get this to go in traffic. Now Hilliard, nice bounce pass, and the dunk. Suleiman Bremo, he's the man who throws it down. 28-year-old Nigerian. This guy Panini throws up the 3. No good, rebound by Ellis. Just stepped out of bounds. Did Chanan Coleman. Nice pass there by Anthony Hilliard. Another steal. Done well to have as many steals as they have done in this first quarter. 5 steals already, there's the evidence. Here's Coleman. Coleman throws up the little floater, comes up short, rebound by Puchkorov. And another steal by Hapoel, and the foul goes on Puchkorov. Good work by Corey Walden.
Timeout, Holon.
So a timeout for Hapoel Holon. We've got just over 2.5 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Let's try and listen in.
Помогайте друг другу. И в транзишене, в позиционном нападении держите тех, кого должны держать. Играйте за получение, отожмите их дальше. Вам легче будет играть.
Yeah, needs to look after the ball a lot better. Enisey Krasnoyarsk. 7 turnovers to just the 1 for Hapoel Holon, but they have the lead in this game because of their rebounding at the moment. 12 rebounds to just 3 for the Israeli side. That's not going to get it done. They're also shooting the ball pretty well from the inside, shooting at 75% from 2-point range. Here's Rice, throws it out to Tashion Thomas. Now Corey Walden. Coleman drives, is fouled. Can't make the 2, but will head to the line to shoot 2. Zavorev throws it out to the corner. The three comes up short, rebound by Coleman. Now Corey Walden. Nice pass inside, poor hands open from Coleman. Thought he'd kept the ball alive, but does go out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover for the Israeli side. Pichkarov. Pichkarov again, has it stolen again, although be disappointed Corey Walden just stepped out of bounds, so we'll give it straight back to the Russian side. It's very nearly another steal and another turnover. Got to be a lot more careful with their passing here. You can just see that left toe just slid out of bounds. Zavorev to Rebek. Rebek deciding to throw up the three, count it. Matic Rebek, just 22 years of age. Didn't have a huge part to play in that Slovenian Eurobasket winning side. Great little step, though, from Glenn Rice. Makes another two. He started hot here as Rice. 7 points already, shooting at 75% from the field. Here's Rebek. Rebek, great penetration, and it just doesn't get the roll. Rebound, though, by Bremo. And the foul has been called on Tashon Thomas. Great dribble, though, from Rebek. Penetrates to the lane, can't quite get the roll. This is a beautiful little step here by Glenn Rice. Just there, good hands, and just a soft touch at the hoop. Good perimeter defense this by Hapoel Holon. Forces a really difficult shot, can't get it. Offensive rebound though by Zavorev. Nice pass, Rebek round the back, little bounce pass, rejected by Tashon Thomas. Massive rejection, and now in transition, throws it outside. Rice turns down to three. Thomas again trying to go to work, and a foul is called on Suleiman Bremo. Well, we've seen two massive blocks already in this quarter. Perfectly timed by Tashon Thomas. Only 24 years of age. Was at Vanoli Cremona last season in Italy. Here's Rice. What a pass by Rice, and an easy finish by Joe Alexander. What a combination that was, and they've got to try and get the shot away, which he did, and it will count right before the buzzer. Suleiman Bremo knocks down the three. And at the end of the first, it's Hapoel Holon 17, Enisey Krasnoyarsk 20. I think they are just going to review this three to see whether it was thrown up before the buzzer, which I don't think it was. I did think when it left the hands that it probably wouldn't count. And there is confirmation. Left his hands before the clock had counted down. So it will actually be 17 points all at the end of the first. Here are the stats so far. Both sides shooting it okay. Enisey already 4 from 9 from the outside. Enisey Holon not quite found their range from 3-point distance as yet, just 1 from 5. But here are the highlights from that opening quarter. So second quarter just about to get underway. Again, confirmation that final 3 from Suleiman Bremo has not counted. He got it off just after the buzzer went, so it is 17 points each as we start the second. As the Basketball Champions League has reached game day 5, you can of course watch all the action on livebasketball.tv. There's even an app this year as well. Make sure that you download the Basketball Champions League app as Hilliard throws up the 3 and connects as well. Perfect start for Enisey in this second quarter. Here is Glenn Rice. Rice, what a start he's made. Difficult shot. Offensive rebound though. That's what they need to do a little bit better as this game goes on. Throws it out. Walden for 3 off target. Rebound by Ellis. Tavius Ellis, that is. Maybe a familiar surname in the basketball world. Well, his cousin is Monta Ellis, who has played for the Indiana Pacers for the last few years. Not this season. Putback is no good. And I think the foul has gone on Ellis there. So Coleman checks out, as does Corey Walden. In comes Harouche and Tamir Blatt. Blatt, another one with famous relatives, his dad. As Rice is fouled, makes it and 1. Glenn Rice has 9 points personal and a trip to the line as well. Been a great start for Glenn Rice. Always been a talented guy. He was round 2 pick in the 2013 NBA draft by the Philadelphia 76ers. Did have a rather controversial time of things at his previous side. He went to TNT Catropa in the Philippine Basketball Association. He was the team's import for the 2017 PBA Governors Cup. He actually got ejected from a Game 4. So the big dunk from Octavius Ellis. Yeah, he got ejected from a game that really cost his side the PBA Governors Cup semi-finals. And then apparently just left without saying anything to his side. As the 2 just about gets the roll from Joe Alexander. Here is Hilliard. Into Ellis. Shot clock is down to 3. Octavius Ellis has it stolen out of his hands, manages to get it back, but by the time he does, it's a shot clock violation. And they'll turn it over. It's the big dunk from Octavius Ellis just a moment or so ago. There's Black. So Black gets lucky. Last touch was off Pavlov, so they will keep hold of it. Glenn Rice takes a seat. Nice start for him though. 10 points, 3 rebounds already for Glenn Rice, looking to try and follow up his big game 4 performance that he had against Pinyal Kashiaka. Shlomi Harouche throws it out to the corner. The 3 from Tashion Thomas. He is no good. Rebound by Vasily Zavoruev. Now Rebek, nice little feint. Good defense though by Thomas. Throws it back outside. The 3 on the way, but he's fouled. And he will head to the line and shoot 3. Zavoruev. 30 years of age now. Here's Zavoruev. I hope that Glenn Rice is okay. You can just see him getting a little bit of treatment there on his left arm. Oh, they really don't want to lose him. The son of the NBA All-Star, Glenn Rice. Oh, great block. Didn't really go through with it, and now an unsportsmanlike has been called. Crowd don't like it. Just seemed to back off taking the 2 for some reason. Oh, another look here. It's a really good block though. And yeah, I think the right call. Alexander just wouldn't let him go. So Bremo heads to the line to shoot 2, and they will then get possession back again, will the Russian side. Yeah, Joe Alexander became the first ever Taiwanese born NBA player when he was drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks back in 2008. And ahead of that draft, he was actually described as the best athlete. As the big dunk again by Suleiman Bremo. Putting on a bit of a show out there. He was described as the best athlete on paper was Joe Alexander heading into that 2008 draft. The 2 is good. He could apparently do 24 reps of 185-pound bench press, Joe Alexander. He was also the 2nd highest max touch. He could touch about 12.5 feet and also had the 2nd fastest sprint time. So he's a proper athlete, is Joe Alexander. Rebek passes back outside the 3 on the way, no good. Rebound though, kept alive by Bremo. And now Rebek from way downtown. Count it for Rebek. Only averaged 1.3 points, 1.3 rebounds, and 1 assist at Eurobasket 2017. That's not going to count. So Enisey have it. As Glenn Rice checks back in with a plaster over that left arm, so maybe just had a little scratch from someone's nail or something, just a little bit of blood, and an offensive foul now. So Hapoel will get it back. Foul goes on Kanizhin. Biggest lead of the game so far for Enisey. 7-point lead. It's the nice little pass to Suleiman Bremo. Here's Walden. Tipped out of bounds by Igor Kanizhin, but they will keep it. More treatment going on, so the respective medical teams are being kept busy. Throws up the three, comes up short, big rebound by Glenn Rice Jr. and another put-back two for him. It's been absolutely electric so far. That's Glenn Rice Jr., 12 points, 4 rebounds as well. Now the three on the way, nowhere near. Rebound by Guy Panini. Now it's Rice again, can't get the finish with the left hand, but he was fouled on his way up, and Rice will head back to the line. %83% from the foul line in his previous game against Pinar Karšiaka. And a timeout has been called, so let's try and listen in.
Okay. Glenn, pay attention. Offense. Okay, next one, gun down. Okay, put the ball at the top. Gun down, Glenn. Then, when we run the three, whichever side it is, you got the step up and everything. And Pliny.
Вы даете разыгрываться, они через него играют. В нападении сейчас Эль сыграете.
Давай, давай, давай.
Не-не.
So just over 4.5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Glenn Rice at the line to shoot another two. Takes his tally to 13 now. Well, here's the man that they want shooting the ball at the moment, Glenn Rice. And reduces the arrears to just 3. Hilliard, catch, shoot, make! Anthony Hilliard throws down the 3. Played in Israel last year for Maccabi Rishon LeZion. Did Anthony Hilliard before making the move to Hapoel Holon. Here's Rice looking to respond with a 3 of his own. Must have looked good in the air. Rebound by Hilliard. Nice little spin by Hilliard. Oh my word! Anthony Hilliard! The massive dunk. Here's Rice. Rice looking to try and get the pass away. throws it away. Now in transition, the unsportsmanlike is called on Guy Panini. Panini with the protest. Let's have another look. He's tried to slap the ball away. Let's have another look at this. Never get tired of seeing that from Anthony Hilliard. What a little spin as well. And then just sprinted to the hoop. Big penetration and a big finish to match. So Premo will shoot the 2 free throws. And now Enisey with the possession back again. Premo checks out. Double-digit game for the very first time, though. 38-28. Rebek. Unlucky. Very nearly with the steal. Tamir Blatt tried to throw it back off the Enisey player, but just couldn't quite wrap his wrist around it. Oh yeah, backcourt violation for Enisey, so they will turn it over now. Rice did well just to get a hand to it. And another timeout has been called with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's attack a little bit more and get to the free throw line, okay? Attack it a little bit more. Let's go the slip play from the 3, okay, the slip. Corey, start here. G, okay. So let's start with Corey inbounding it, and let's set the stagger, okay? Glenn over here. Tamir here, just be safe. Okay, give him safety if we need it.
Okay? Boba got ball. And you go. I go for the yeah. Okay? Now, good. Good. Rest. Only off. Hell. Fight.
So Corey Walden to inbounds. Still a 10-point game out here. There's Glenn Rice again looking to do it all himself, and a difficult finish with the right hand, but other guys have got to try and step up here for Hapoel Holon. Glenn Rice Jr. with 16 out of their 30 points so far. Can't continue just to take it all on himself. Hilliard throws up the jumper from the foul line. Really nice too from Anthony Hilliard, who's just beginning to catch fire out there. Here's Glenn Rice Jr. again. Rice is way too easy. The foul and 1 for Glenn Rice Jr. Can't get near him at the moment. Just glides past players to finish with the left hand. A one-man scoring machine, Glenn Rice Jr. Looks as though he's going to comfortably surpass his 23 points on game day 4. So Rice converts on the three-point play. Again, reduces the arrears to just 7. Rebec throws up the 3, comes up way short. Offensive rebound though, got a box out better than that to Hapoel. Now Bremo, 8 offensive rebounds for the Russian side, thrown out of bounds, and they'll turn it over. Just over 2 minutes to go. Enisey in the penalty, so another trip to the foul line coming up. It's actually what Dan Shamir said to his side during that last timeout, that he wanted them to be more aggressive and get to the foul line more often. The way Glenn Rice is shooting at the moment, everything he touches looks like it's going to turn to points. 5 from 5 so far from the line. 20 points already. Finally misses one, and the last touch was off Suleiman Bremo, and Hapoel Holon will have it again. Inbound pass, throws it back outside. Walden decided to turn down the 3, was being urged to shoot by the fans. Walden spins and has it swatted out of his hands by Suleiman Bremo. Great work on the defensive end, now in transition down the other end, gives it back to Rebec. Good transitional defense by the Israeli side, and who was the last touch off? It was off Enisey, and Hapoel Holon will have it once more. Here's Panini. Spins, shoots with the right hand, going to his left-hand side. It's a difficult shot by Guy Panini, made to look very easy. And the lead is back to just 4. Throws up the 3, just comes up short. Glenn Rice Jr. with the rebound. He's going to try and go himself here, Glenn Rice Jr. Little pass to Panini and makes the 2. And we've got a 2-point game. And a timeout has been called. Rice, the provider this time, keeps going from strength to strength.
Как это делать? Пришел спокойно и бросил. Вы сами себе затыкаете дырки. Вы все время ищете трешку с реверса. Вы заходите сюда, отдаете. Матис, Матис, быстрее уходи снизу. Зашел сюда, чтобы был спейсинг на обыгрыш. Окей, Эл.
No, next pick and roll. Number 11. Hey, keep going with the 3. If it's not a quick return and push it hard, if it's not that, let's keep going with the 3. You slip it, you spread it, and you go to the free throw line. Okay,
So just over 40 seconds at the end of the second, but they'll turn it over again. Foul went on Suleiman Bremo, the offensive foul. And they'll turn it straight back over. Well, Hapoel Holon. So about 8 seconds or so between shot and game clock. And it is just a 2-point game. That's been a double-digit lead for Enisey during this first half. It's been eradicated, and now perhaps the chance for the last possession for Hapoel Holon to either level it up or even take the lead. The 2 is short, tries to tip it back. Has got 4 seconds to shoot, goes coast to coast, doesn't get it, but great work by Matic Rebek to get the offensive board and put it back. And that will be that for the end of the first half. Hapoel Holon 38, Enisey Krasnoyarsk 42. Here are the stats then, both sides shooting at over 50% from 2-point range. Hapoel just 1 from 9 from the outside, though, really struggling with that. Completely out-rebounded in that first half as well. 24 rebounds to just 12 for the Israeli side. They need to do better than that in this second half, but Enisey need to look after the ball better. 14 turnovers, just 6 for Hapoel Holon. The game leaders then, it's all been about Glenn Rice Jr. 20 points and 5 rebounds for him. Panini with 3 assists. Anthony Hilliard has 10 points for Enisey. A couple of steals for Corey Walden. A couple of big blocks as well for Suleiman Bremo. So Rice really a bit of a one-man show for Hapoel Holon. 20 points. Alexander next with 8. Hilliard with 10. Rebek 8. Lutic with 7. So I will leave you with the highlights from this first half, but make sure you're back in around 10 minutes' time when the second half will get underway. And at the break, it's Enisey with a 4-point lead over Hapoel Holon. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Israel. Game day 5 of the Basketball Champions League, and we're midway through this one between Hapoel Holon and Enisey Krasnoyarsk. And at the moment, it is the Russian side who lead by just 4, 42 points to 38. They did lead by as many as 10 during that second quarter, though. So a good show of fight by Hapoel Holon towards the back end of that second quarter. It's very much been a one-man show for them. Glenn Rice Jr. has scored 20 of their 38 points. He's had 5 rebounds as well, straight off the back of that 23-point game against Pinar Karşıyaka on game day 4. Whereas Enisey have very much shared the scoring load a lot more. Anthony Hilliard leading the way with 10 points, including a massive dunk. Octavius Ellis also with a big dunk and 7 rebounds. There's a few things really in that first half that need to be improved upon from both sides, really. Certainly for Hapoel Holon, it's the rebounding. They need to get more aggressive on the glass. Double the amount of rebounds for Enisey Krasnoyarsk in that first half, 24-12. So they need to try and become a little more dominant on that glass. And as for Enisey, well, they need to look after the ball better, because 14 turnovers in that first half compared to just 6 for Hapoel Holon. So a big difference there that they need to try and eradicate and look after the ball a lot better. Hapoel Holon looking for their first win in the regular season. Norton 4 so far are Hapoel Holon. There's the small collection of Enisey supporters that have made the trip to Israel. Fair play to them. Hapoel started their Basketball Champions League campaign with an away game to Murcia. They lost 78 points to 76. They then took a bit of a beating from AS Monaco on game day 2 at home, 56 points to 85. Another 2-point defeat on game day 3 away to Juventus Utena, 71 points to 69. And then a 98-91 away defeat to Pinar Karşıyaka on game day 4. So that's how their Basketball Champions League campaign has panned out so far. They're right in this one, just 4 points back, and they can try and get this man on the ball as much as they possibly can. And I'm sure they'll stay in it. Here's Rice. Rice throws it away. Now, can they score off the turnover? Hilliard just slows it down. Good transitional defense by Hapoel Holon. Hilliard throws it out. Nice little feint. Great block, though, to swat it away. And now the unsportsmanlike called on Anthony Hilliard. Great work on the defensive end by Hapoel Holon. So makes the first. Oh, just doesn't get the roll, so no longer perfect from the line. Regain possession though. Here's Glenn Rice. The three is on the way. Panini connects from way downtown. And we have a tie ball game, 42 points each. Panini trying to get the fans going as well. Another assist for Glenn Rice Jr. Here's Rebek. Rebek from miles out. No good. Offensive rebound now. Octavius Ellis penetrates, fouled, and won. That's the three from Panini. So foul went on Coleman. So a chance for Octavius Ellis to convert on the three-point play. Played for Mornar Bar last season, did Octavius Ellis. Does well to keep hold of it. And a foul this time goes on Ellis. And a trip to the line for Joe Alexander. Has been labelled as one of the NBA's biggest draft busts, Joe Alexander, with his struggles to cope with the change from being a hugely successful college player to not really doing anything in the NBA. Here's Rebek. To Hilliard. Hilliard with the shot clock down to 3. Needs to get it away. It'll be a 3 if it goes. Hilliard connects. The step back 3 with the buzzer counting down. "13 points for Anthony Hilliard. He's 5 from 9 from the field as Glenn Rice looks to respond. Can't get the 2 to go. Here's Hilliard again. Both sides shooting at 46%. Try to dunk all over him, just comes up short. Walden to Panini, already made 1 3 this quarter, can't get the second to go. Had time to actually catch the rebound rather than tip it back outside. Now Hilliard drives to the baseline. The finish on the reverse is no good. And Rice with the rebound, and now in transition down the other end with Panini. Just slowed it down. Great pass inside though, and an easy 2 for Joe Alexander. Hilliard again for 3 is good. Anthony Hilliard. 16 points personal now. 4 from 7 from the outside for Anthony Hilliard. The man with the hot hands to Elizabeth City State University, did the 31-year-old. Nice pass and an easy 2 for Corey Walden. Once undrafted in 2015, did Corey Walden, but was later signed by the Boston Celtics. Was then waived after just 4 pre-season games. Played with Oostende of Belgium last season before signing for Hapoel back in July. Another 3 on the way. This one comes up short. Rice with another rebound, his 7th. And a foul goes on Rebek. Glenn Rice continues on his merry way. And it's back to just a 1-point game. His pass outside, or ball handling nearly let him down. Can't get the 3 to go. Last touch was off Hapoel, so Enisey will keep it. Another 3, Hilliard comes up short, grabs his own rebound though. Hilliard throws it back outside. Good perimeter defense by Coleman just to prevent the 3 getting off again. Difference in offensive rebounds for the two sides, 12 to just 4, as the right-hand hook shot is no good. Rebound this time by Corey Walden. Nice pass, he's completely open underneath Joe Alexander. And Alexander's having a good third quarter. He's up to 14 points personal now. 6 from 10 from the field. And Hapoel Holon have the lead. Seems like they've spent most of this game behind. Great pass from Glenn Rice Jr., wasn't it? Well, Rebek tried the little bounce pass into Vitaly Lutic. Not quite on the same page, though. Foul goes on Bremo. And the fans have certainly found their voice now. Well, this is what the Basketball Champions League is all about. Wonderful atmosphere. Hapoel Holon searching for their first victory in the Basketball Champions League. Rice back at the line. He's 5 from 6 so far. Now he's 6 from 7. 23 points. So this to go past his 23-point total against Pinar Kashiaka on game day 4. Which he does. I get the feeling he's eyeing up that game day 5 MVP award. Here, Glenn Rice Jr. Such a talent, he really is. Great pass inside. The finish is just good enough by Artem Komisarov. Here's Walden. Now Panini. Catch and shoot. It's a little flat, needed to get a little more arc on that jumper, did Joe Alexander. Great run from Rebek, throws it back outside. Lutic with all the time in the world to knock down the 3. They didn't seem too happy with the call. Enisey, and of course they're in the penalty, so every foul they give away, it's another trip to the line. The problem for them is that every foul they give away, it's a trip to the line, and Glenn Rice Jr. is shooting the ball so well from the foul line. Still only missed 1 today. Commentators curse as he misses his second. But if they do continue to give away these fouls, then Glenn Rice Jr. will punish you. Makes 1 from 2 this time. Throws up the 3 himself. A little too much on that one. But a foul has been called. Zavaruev was the man who missed the 3-pointer, and the foul went on Kanizhin. Let's have another look here. A little too zealous in trying to grab that rebound ahead of Glenn Rice Jr., who's back at the line again. So, 58 points to 56 the lead. That second free throw counted. And a foul, this time on Glenn Rice Jr. It's Panini. Just over 2.5 to go. Tashawn Thomas tried to throw it back outside, gets a little lucky. Oh my God! Dunks all over him. Joe Alexander showing just why he was considered one of the best ever athletes on paper before an NBA draft. Now the 3 in response is good by Lutic. Both sides beginning to fire up nicely. What a pass that is, and another slam from Joe Alexander, who's on the highlight reel not once but twice in a matter of 20 seconds. Look at that, double the amount of points in the paint for Hapoel Holon. And that's why, because they're shooting the 3 so poorly. Out to Lutic again, looking for back-to-back threes. No good this time. Alexander grabs the rebounds. Oh, rejected brilliantly by Igor Kanizhin. Poor pass, gets a little lucky that the loose ball finds its way to Komisarov. Hilliard, good pass, easy 2. Oh, throws it away. Oh, they've not really taken advantage, and Panini can punish them even more. In and out with the 3. Rebound, Komisarov. Inside the final 60 seconds here. Throws it back outside, shot clock is down to 3. The 3 from miles out, air ball. There's another look at that dunk from Alexander. Well, we've seen a couple of really good ones today. Alexander and Anthony Hilliard especially, and takes a well-earned break, Alexander, in this third quarter. Enisey leading by 1. It's a three on the way. The three is good. Final possession of this third quarter. Should be a really good climax to this game. Three seconds left to shoot. Oh, they've made a bit of a mess of that inbound. The buzzer goes, so it won't go even if that shot from Tashawn Thomas did find the net, which it doesn't, but it's a good third quarter for Hapoel Holon, who trailed by 4, remember, heading into that third. They now lead by 2, 65 points to 63. Outscored them 27 points to 21 during that third quarter, did Hapoel Holon. So final quarter underway. It's a 2-point game, a 2-point lead for Hapoel Holon, who are 0-4, remember, to start off their Basketball Champions League regular season, looking to win for the very first time. They didn't play in last year's competition, nor did Enisey Krasnoyarsk. Has to try and get the shot away. Shot clock down to 1 right before the buzzer. It's good by Suleiman Bremo. And we're all tied up. I think he feels it should be Hapoel Holon ball, but referees have seen it another way. Here's Rebek. To Anthony Hilliard. Rebek again thought about throwing up the 3. Great defense though by Hapoel Holon and Tashawn Thomas. Good transitional defense. That was a wonderful pass and an easy 2. Tashawn Thomas throws it down with a great little dish to him. Here's Lutic. Back to Rebek, who lines up the 3 from miles out. No good, gets lots of height on the 3 does Maciej Rebek. Oh, nearly forgot to take the ball with him, and actually gets very lucky that the last touch was off the knee of Maciej Rebek. So Hapoel Holon will keep control of the ball. More luck than judgment there. Here is Glenn Rice Jr. What a game he's had. Shot clock down to 3, decides to take the 3 on from a long way out, no good. Here's Bremo. The foul was called. So Tashon Thomas with his 3rd. Yeah, I don't think Bremo is quite on the same wavelength there as Lutic. Wasn't expecting the pass. I think he thought he was just going to throw up the 2 himself. Here's Glenn Rice Jr. Tries to make it difficult too. I think sometimes he does perhaps try and take on a difficult shot instead of looking for the pass. We've seen it on a number of occasions here this evening, but take nothing away from the game that he's had. 28.7 rebounds, 3 assists. Throws it outside, Lutic for 3, way off target. Air ball as well, so they don't get another reset on the shot clock. Rejected, and Glenn Rice Jr. grabs the rebound, and now in transition down the other end. Done well to get bodies back, but the 3 is good. Shlomi Harush, 2 from 2 from the outside. And Hapoel Holon with their biggest lead of the game so far. It's a 5-point advantage with just over 6.5 to go in this one. Bremo, though, cuts that to 3. Here is Glenn Rice Jr. again, throws up the 2, no good. Rebound by Anthony Hilliard. Hilliard, good feet, and doesn't get the roll, but the rebound by Bremo is fouled. And Bremo will head to the line and shoot 2. So Thomas with 4 fouls in serious trouble. Holden does well to escape the attention. He just had a quick look round there, Vladimir Pichkurov. I think he thought that perhaps he was fouled, but Walden knocked down a nice 2. It's Bremo again to Rebek. Poor pass again. Bremo not on the same wavelength this time as Anthony Hilliard. It's another turnover. Another nice two for Glenn Rice Jr. So the lead is back up to 6.
Вот бережете. Вам засовывают трешки. Я выпускаю свалить. У него 4 балла. Понял, ёп. Там уже 6 висит. Вам говорят, что нужно свалить. Значит, свалите. В транзишене. Забирайте фолы.
So we're coming off. Now Rebek is back. Okay, let's be honest. Okay, now fellas, aggressive switches all over them. Aggressive switches all over. Okay? Hey, let's get a backcut layup there. Okay? Let's go fist. Let's go two side. Okay, two side. Glenn here, two side. Okay? And get him, Corey, get him in a backcut. Backcut. Okay, Corey, backcut Glenn. Okay, on the two side, backcut Glenn.
So just a reminder that there's only one more game day until we have a little break for a couple of weeks. It is the FIBA World Cup qualifiers towards the end of November, so we play again next Tuesday and Wednesday, and we then have a little break until the first week of December. So next week, Hapoel Holon travel to Dinamo Sassari. That's their game day 6, whereas Enisey, they also have an away game. It's a nice penetration and an easy 2. Defense went AWOL. Yeah, whereas Enisey also have an away tie to Pınarbaşı, so in Turkey. And now an offensive foul called on Corey Walden. So Hapoel turn it over. Walden's 3rd foul. It looked a little harsh, but oh, that's way too easy, wasn't it? Yeah, so after next week, a little break, and then we return on Tuesday the 5th of December, Wednesday the 6th of December for game day 7, where we have another 3 weeks, and then it's another little break over the Christmas and New Year period. Another offensive foul, this time on Zavoruev, I think it's been called on. Oh, great steal. Matic Rebek, that's about 5 against 1, and Rebek goes himself. Great work by Guy Panini, though. Well, he was all by himself. Panini did so well to get the block in. Throws it back outside. The 3 is on the way, comes up way short. And Rice very cleverly just lets it go. Well, they may have gotten off to this rotten start, Hapoel Holon, in the regular season, as Rice was actually called an offensive foul. Foul goes on Alexander. Let's have another look here. Just for that illegal screen. So quite a few turnovers in the last minute or so. Hapoel Holon in the penalty for the final 4 minutes of this fourth quarter. And they still lead by 4. Nice pass into the low post. Bremo rejected again brilliantly by Joe Alexander. And now in transition down the other end, just decides to slow it down, Guy Panini. But a couple of big blocks as well over the last minute or so. One from Joe Alexander just there. And one from Guy Panini not so long ago. Here's Rice. Shot clock is down to 4. He couldn't move again there. Glenn Rice has to throw up the 3 from miles out. Not the greatest of possessions there from Hapoel Holon. Hilliard has it stolen off him. Great work again by Hapoel Holon. Looks to go coast to coast, makes the 2. Corey Walden with a big play and stretches the lead to 6. Here's Rebek. More boos ring out around the Holon Toto Hall. Shot clock down to 3. Another block by Joe Alexander. They've really tightened up on the defensive end in this fourth quarter. Enisey with just 7 points so far in the, 7.5 minutes or so that we've played. Here's Glenn Rice Jr. Junior steps back, throws the 3. Can't get it to go. Bremo with the rebound. They need a good quality possession here to the Russian side. Great finish was this by Corey Walden, with Hilliard bearing down on him. Need to inbound, which they do. Here is Anthony Hilliard in traffic, gets a good 2 to go. That was not an easy shot by Anthony Hilliard. He's up to 18 points. Cuts the lead to 4 again. Foul goes on Rebek. So I'm not quite sure what this argument is about between Corey Walden and the official. Great little no-look pass, the 2 on the way, no good. Offensive rebound now and a chance just to slow it down again. Shlomi Haroush. Throws it outside. Panini turns down the 3. He's got to shoot now. It'll be a long 2 if it goes, which it does, right on the buzzer. Big time play again by Guy Panini. Spent the majority of his career at Maccabi Tel Aviv. After 8 seasons there, decided to join Hapoel Holon in July. And what a big signing he could turn out to be. Stretches the lead to 6 again. Panini's got 9 points, 8 assists as well, as a timeout has been called.
Смотрите внимательно. Эу! Откуда вбрасывание? С той стороны? Смотрите. Эу! 4, 5, 2, 3.
Then, over there, let's go gun down. Okay, to isolate after the screen. Now come off the screen. Come, Glenn. Come off the screen aggressive. Let's go. Okay. Take care of the ball. All right. So receive the screen. Screen, Joe. Gun down. Gun down. Hey, Joe, boy. Gun down. Glenn.
It's been a great game for Guy Panini. Can Hapoel Holon hold on? Just over a minute to go. Big offensive rebound and does really well, but he's called on the travel. Well, I don't think he was expecting that, Vitaly Lutic. He was surrounded by yellow shirts. I think when he heard the whistle, he probably thought that he had managed to draw the foul. But he was actually called on the travel and turns it over. 22 turnovers for Enisey today. That is just not good enough. Glenn Rice Jr. slowing it down with the shot clock down to 4. Junior takes 1 step, 2 step, can't get it away. Octavia Ellis is the man who grabs the rebounds. They've just thrown it straight away again. Another turnover for the Russian side. They've got to look after the ball better going forward in this Basketball Champions League. Here's Corey Walden. Walden steps back, throws the 3, count it! And the lead is now 9. It's a big-time play again from Corey Walden. Hilliard has it swatted away by Glenn Rice. Walden up one end, Glenn Rice on the defensive end. There's the 3 from Walden. And a big rejection from Glenn Rice. Boy, do the fans like him. Timeout called.
Now you read quick, and then you turn and you help. Okay? Let's switch. But switching on the baseline out is tricky. Okay, you got to switch and get in front. Okay? Yes, we're switching everything. But it's tricky. You switch and you got to get...
Здесь станет 5-й, 4-й и 2-й. Вот здесь. 3-й номер получит мяч. Получит пас. 3-й номер. Энтони. You go up.
Well, it's a carnival atmosphere here in Israel. I think they know that they're on the brink of winning their first ever Basketball Champions League game. Well, the first half, it was a bit of a one-man show for Hapoel Holon. Glenn Rice Jr. doing most of the damage. But in this second half, other players have come to the party, the likes of Shlomi Harouche, Panini, Walden, Alexander. All of these guys have really come to the fore. Well, the three knocked down here just keeps it interesting. 6-point game.
Come back for this, okay? Then G, you fake the screen and you come off Joe, okay? Off Joe. Then Joe in, okay? And Corey to the elbow, okay? Yeah, there. Change pace, come catch, okay? Then slide in, Glenn, Panini, Corey, okay? One foul to get the guys. A point.
Yeah, just reminded his players there at the end, they've still got one more foul to give out here. But it's been a common theme, really, in this year's Basketball Champions League. With the reduction of teams to 32 from 40, we've seen some really closely contested games. Not as many blowouts, much more competitive, it seems. They're doing well here just to keep the ball away and tick down a few seconds. Eventually, the intentional foul comes with 4.9 on the clock. And they'll keep it again. Last touch was off Suleiman Bremo. Another timeout.
This one for Joe, okay? We're going to backspin for Joe, okay? Points matter here, okay? So Shlomi comes here, okay? Glenn, off Corey here, gonna give you all the attention, okay? Shlomi, you come in here, you curl in, and you get Joe, and you throw it high, okay? You throw it high, Panini. If you got nothing, you just go to the corner, okay? If you don't have anything, Shlomi is safe here. Okay, Shlomi safe. Shlomi goes bigger than safe. Okay, throw it high.
So 3.5 to go. Inbound pass just about manages to find his man, but that will be that. The buzzer goes. And finally, Hapoel Holon have their first ever victory in the Basketball Champions League. They've beaten Enisey Krasnoyarsk 81 points to 75. They've had to wait until game day 5 to get it, but that will make the Israelis feel a lot better about life, and perhaps that will just provide the catalyst to what will be an upturn in their fortunes as the Basketball Champions League regular season continues. Remember, we play again next week. We then have a little break for the FIBA World Cup qualifiers, which, of course, you can watch with us as well. And then we return in early December for 3 more weeks before the Christmas break. He was fantastic. Glenn Rice Jr. led the way with 28 points, 10 rebounds for a double-double. A wonderful performance from him. You just feel perhaps he could be the inspiration to allow Hapoel Holon onto better things. not to be today for Enisey. It looked for large periods, especially of the first half, in which they did get out to a 10-point lead, but Hapoel, thanks really to Glenn Rice Jr. in that first half, just kept in touch. And then in the second half, other players came alive. The likes of Harouche, Alexander, Panini and Walden. Hapoel shot the two really well, 60%. They're just 28% from the outside. Enisey out-rebounded them, though, 42 to 29 rebounds, 17 offensive as well, just 7 offensive rebounds for Holon. They've got to look after the ball better, though, going forward to Enisey. 23 turnovers to just 13 for the Israeli side. That has got to improve as the regular season goes on. The game leaders, Rice, led the way, 28 points, 10 rebounds. Panini did really well as well, 9 points, 8 assists. 4 steals for Walden as well. 3 big blocks for Blaimo and 2 for Alexander. Rebek will be disappointed to have turned the ball over 5 times. The players will just sit and sing with their fans. Here are the top scorers. Rice 28, Alexander really had a nice third quarter. He had 18 points. Hilliard led the way with 18. Lutic had 17 and Blaimo with 12. But this is what the fans came to see. And finally get that win. And there is Panini. He could be a big, big player for them this season. This is how Group A stands now. Enisey cling on to that 4th place spot. Holon move up to 6th, but of course every other team still has to play tomorrow. AS Monaco taking on AVA Baskets Oldenburg, so the top 2 going head-to-head with each other tomorrow night. That should be a really good game. Dinamo Sassari and Juventus Itena also just 1 from 3 each. And there is Hapoel Holon 1 and 4 so far. So I'll leave you with the highlights from this one. Hapoel Holon finally have a win in the Basketball Champions League. We'll be back tomorrow night. There's still action, in fact, going on this evening. If you want to flick over Groups B and Group C are currently in action, and Group D, in fact. So tune into those games. We'll be back tomorrow with all the action again from the various groups in the Basketball Champions League here on livebasketball.tv. Download the app as well, the Basketball Champions League app, to stay in touch with all the stats, the highlights, the videos, and every other thing that you can imagine that's going on in this tournament. But thanks for your company today, and I look forward to having you again tomorrow.